It was the summer of 2024, and 12-year-old Ethan was on a road trip with his family to the remote mountains of Colorado. His parents, always seeking adventure, had planned a week-long camping trip. The journey started with excitement, but the further they ventured into the wilderness, the more unsettling things became. On the third day of their trip, as they drove through a dense forest, Ethan noticed an old, abandoned cabin off the beaten path. It looked like something out of a ghost story with its broken windows and overgrown surroundings. Despite the eerie appearance, curiosity got the better of him, and he begged his parents to stop and explore. His father, always up for an adventure, agreed. As they approached the cabin, an inexplicable chill filled the air. The door creaked open with a loud groan, and inside, they found dusty furniture, cobwebs, and an old diary lying on a wooden table. The diary belonged to a girl named Emily. Emily had lived there over 50 years ago. Her last entry mentions strange occurrences and mysterious lights in the forest. Intrigued, Ethan decided to take the diary with him. That night, around the campfire, he read aloud the entries. They spoke of a hidden cave, whispers in the night, and an ancient artifact rumored to grant immense power to its possessor. The family dismissed it as a child's imagination, but Ethan couldn't shake off the feeling that there was some truth to it. The next day, Ethan convinced his parents to search for the cave. Guided by the diary's clues, they navigated through the forest until they stumbled upon a concealed entrance covered by vines. With a mix of fear and excitement, they entered the cave. Inside, they found strange symbols and drawings on the walls. At the cave's end, they discovered a pedestal with a glowing crystal. As Ethan reached out to touch it, the ground shook violently. The cave seemed to come alive with a low humming sound. The drawings on the walls began to glow. In a panic, they fled the cave, but the forest seemed different. It was as if they had stepped into another time or dimension. They hurried back to their campsite, but found their car missing. The path they had traveled on seemed to have vanished. As night fell, the forest came alive with eerie sounds and shadows moving in the darkness. They huddled together, trying to stay calm, but the feeling of being watched grew stronger. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Emily, the girl from the diary, but she looked exactly as she had described herself 50 years ago. She spoke in a soft, haunting voice, warning them to leave the forest before it was too late. She explained that the crystal was a portal to another realm, and they were trapped between worlds. With Emily's guidance, they retraced their steps to the cave. She told them to return the crystal to its pedestal and close the portal. As they did, a blinding light enveloped them, and they found themselves back at their campsite with their car intact and the forest back to normal. Shaken but relieved, they quickly packed up and left the forest. As they drove away, Ethan glanced back. He saw Emily standing at the edge of the forest, waving goodbye. They never spoke of the incident again, but Ethan kept the diary as a reminder of their mysterious journey. Years later, Ethan would often wonder if it had all been a dream. But every time he opened that old diary, the memories came rushing back, and he knew that some mysteries are better left unsolved. As they drove away, the family realized they had left some of their camping gear behind in their haste. Ethan's father decided to return the next day to retrieve it. Despite their unease, they knew they couldn't leave valuable equipment in the wilderness. The next morning, Ethan and his father returned to the campsite.